What's up?
What's up? My bad. I was trying to find this spot. I actually got a little spot I'm trying to work out at, and I had to find the parking.
Yeah, there you go. What's been
What's
going on,
going
man?
on?
How's the
And
how
just
are the vibes out in you're home in Virginia, yeah?
well, I'm actually still in Florida.
Okay. So you're still at the
Yeah, so
complex.
yeah, well, not at the complex. They closed that down. So
Okay.
yeah, man, I don't know if y'all are seeing all that stuff, but
Yeah.
we're shut down at the complex.
Okay.
They're trying to keep groups down as little as possible. But I mean, I just sold my townhouse in Virginia, so we this is our spot, like my
Okay.
apartment here in Fort Myers. So they basically told us, they said, you got to go, and I said, well, I don't have anywhere to go, so I'm here. So I'm here. I'm at the apartment. I got my fiance and our daughter just joined me today. They were in Tampa. They go back and forth between Tampa and here because my daughter's godparents live there, but now they're
Yeah.
here. So, I got the family here, just grinding away.
Yeah. Yeah. How's the family doing? Now, you got the two little kiddos. So I
The
think
one,
we've got
one daughter for me.
one daughter. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay. So maybe it was another kiddo I saw watching you play that one day. So I just assumed
Yeah, yeah,
you had two.
probably.
Okay.
Oh
The
yeah. So,
daughter.
so the when you saw us play there, that's why my fiance and daughter stay in Tampa, is because that was my daughter's godparents and their children. So they're
Oh,
all
okay.
close friends. They run around all day while I'm at the field all day. So
Yeah.
that's a good situation. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think babysitting and teachers have a whole new appreciation for parents nationwide right now.
Right, right. Yeah. How where you at? What's going on back there?
We're in Texas, so there, it seems like things change by the hour. I'm sure you get updates constantly from the teams. Same with us. It's like they decide to close restaurants and then they're to go only, and then gyms have to close and all that stuff. So it's changing by the day for sure. So
Yeah,
just
it's
trying to
it's
adapt.
tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah. With so I saw you posted all your bands at the house the other day, and big fan of the folks over at Ready State. So for kids at home or even the older guys, what are you doing to kind of keep your body in shape and stay
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah, I'm seeing some of my buddies from back home are joining. That's cool.
Yeah,
What
let's
up,
say what's
Chris?
up.
What up, Chris?
Rooker checked in too, so I know he's on here.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta get off then. I can't be associated with Rook. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, but years back, well, I started years back. I want to say a few years back, I started really getting into the mobility wad stuff. I had a couple of knee surgeries, stuff like that I had to deal with, and I started, figuring out that really got to take care of my body if I want to keep playing this game as long as I can. And I got into this stuff called mobility wad. He's a physical. I think he's a physical therapist by trade,
Yeah.
Kelly Starlet. Yeah, but he's a trainer too, and he just knows mobility and a lot of like hacks on how to get your body right and ready and stay ready and recover. And he yeah, it's called Mobility Wad. He put out a book called The Supple Leopard, and then he put out a second version of that, and I got both of those. And it was cool because to me, he also comes with this equipment. You got these balls that you can roll into. You got bands that you can use to stretch and help yourself get into certain positions. And there'd be times where my knee would act up. I just played 12 games in a row with bus trips and AAA, and it's like, man, my knee's acting up. So I'd go right to that page in that book, A Supple Leopard, that says something about knee. I'd work on it for a few days and then get into a little routine of that, and stuff would start feeling better. So I still have all that stuff. I'm still doing that because obviously, I'm getting out and doing as much stuff as I can out on the field, but it won't ever be as much as when I'm in spring training running around the field all day.
Yeah.
So when I have some downtime, I roll out on those balls. I do some band stretching. I do something like that. It helps keep your mind occupied too, but it also, keeps the body right.
Yeah. No, I love that because you're leaning on an expert a little bit to kind of get the information, but then it also sounds like you're kind of self-educating by getting the book and just saying, you know what, hey, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I got to do something for my knee here, and it seems to be working pretty well. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Back, shoulder, hammies, quads, calves, obliques, anything you can think of, there's stuff in there. So, I'm a huge endorser of it. Just strictly because of, I don't get anything from them or anything. I just love their equipment. I love their stuff, and I think it's really help my career.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, we had a couple questions roll in here. One of them from Drew says, "What's your favorite pregame snack/meal?"
Oh, what up, Drew? Man, it changes. It kind of depends on how I'm swinging
Yeah,
it. To be honest, if I eat a peanut butter and jelly and I go out and I hit 3 missiles around, then I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly the next day.
heck
And
yeah.
then if I strike out 3 times the next day, well, then guess what? I'm not eating a peanut butter and jelly the next day after that. Some cool things though. A little story. I saw Joe Mauer every single day before every game had a tuna fish sandwich and some sun chips.
Okay.
And that was in 18. Was my first year up. Got to play with Joe Mauer, and he was doing that every day. So I started doing it a little bit just because I was like, man, if Joe does it, then I'm gonna keep doing it. I think I had a little success too during that streak that I was doing it. So so I did it. I did it for a little while. Everybody's got their own thing. Some people are like me; they switch it up based on superstition, stuff like that. But everybody's different.
Yeah. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious, right?
A little stitious. Yeah, there we go. I don't like to be too full before the game though. So if I do eat if we're at home and we get in from batting practice at 5 o'clock and the game's at 7, I'll eat right then between 5 and 5:30, like a pretty big meal dinner type, and then I won't eat again before the game. And then sometimes we get in from batting practice away games, and if it's 6 o'clock or after, I'll just have a protein shake or something because I don't like going out in the game with a full stomach. I feel a little more mobile without it. But then I crush food afterwards, which the baseball lifestyle is 12 o'clock pasta and steak. But you get used to that during the season.
Cows during the game. One thing I started doing later on in my career was throwing something in my bag to take to the dugout, like a power bar or just something super quick that seventh inning rolls around, back-to-back pitching changes. You're just chilling. Got to keep refuel and keep going.
Yeah, I'm always about the 7th inning. And then, I like to sometimes before that, but about the 7th inning is when I can tell if I throw something in me. They keep in the dugout packs of nuts, stuff like that can give you quick energy. I can tell that when I eat that snack in the 7th inning, it kind of puts me over the hump and those last few innings. Because 3 innings of baseball could be an hour. So if I eat something in the 7th inning, that last hour of the game, it really helps me through it.
Yeah, that's a good tip for sure. Someone had posted a question a while back, and they said, "How nervous were you in the playoffs?"
Yeah, I was.
Tough question.
It would be a lie to say that I was not nervous. I definitely was nervous. But it was more of an excited nervous. There are times where you're nervous and you're a little shaky. This wasn't that. It was an excited nervous. It was that feeling of I get to play in a playoff baseball game, in Yankee Stadium or in Minnesota against the Yankees. Something that I've dreamed about since I was a little kid. So that was definitely awesome. So I would say that I was really excited. Not as much nervous. I was really excited. It was tough, but it's what we live for. I mean, it was loud. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was hearing a lot of crazy stuff being yelled at me. Some good stuff too, though. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. I always tell our younger kids,
love that, Chris.
If you're not nervous, you're not in the right place, right? If you're not going to be nervous to go out and face a 12-year-old pitcher, right? So that means it's too easy for you. So if you're feeling nerves, you're in the right place. I actually felt nervous for the first time in a long time. I think this is a sign that we're getting out of this because I don't usually dream a ton about baseball, but last night I had a very long dream that I was suiting up for a spring training game. I couldn't tell what team I was on.
Okay.
But I was seeing a lot of it was an all-star team of all the guys I've been talking to lately, just kind of checking in with, things like that. But then I remember because I haven't really trained for baseball in probably about 2 years now. So at one point I was sitting down with just some of my boys and I was stressing out and I was like, I haven't seen a fastball in I don't know how long, and
Yeah.
but I'm dreaming about baseball happening again, so that's got to be a good sign. But talking about jumping out there, I want to hear your debut story. It's always usually one of my favorite stories I hear from guys. You debuted in 2018. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, before I get started on that story, I saw Kepler in there trying to joke on me because I'm wearing a Twins hat. So I got to address that, okay?
Yeah.
It is a very breathable hat that they gave us in spring training.
Yeah.
So while I'm doing anything outside, I'm going to be wearing the hat, okay?
Yeah.
And Kepler knows that if I go out to the field without a hat on, then it's just not fair with the flow that I got going.
That's
So
true. That's
he
very true.
understands. So I wanted to address that. I don't know if he's still listening, but
If he
he'll
is, yeah.
he'll understand. And then no, but the debut 2018, it was incredible. I was in AAA and I was playing well and I was on the roster. Get them at the Twins merch store. Yeah. I'm advertising.
And I gotta say what's up to Kepler too, because he's I think I told you briefly, but German national player. I was born in Germany, so I've always followed Kep. So appreciate what you do for those guys. But
you
yeah,
were born in Germany. Cool. I didn't know.
Yeah. Small world.
There we go. Right there. We'll get the Florida Grapefruit League symbol.
Let them know.
There we go. Right. Yeah, no, it was cool. I was playing well, AAA. I was on the roster. I knew there was a shot, but it always just comes with, opportunity, right place, right time type of thing. And I got it. And my family, I had to tell them because I got called at like midnight on I got called at midnight, so I called all my family and like nobody was answering. So whatever, I had to get up the next morning for a flight at like 7 in the morning, so it was like 5:30, and I'm calling. And I finally got a hold, I got a hold of my sister, got a hold of, mom, everything, my dad, I couldn't get a hold of him. Game started, or not game started, but I'm in Minnesota. My dad finally calls me. I'm already off my flight, and I'm in Minnesota, and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, well, what's up? I'm in Minnesota. Like, you got to get here. And he barely made it. He made it. I think he missed my first at bat. I grounded out. But my second at bat, my dad showed up. So I had my whole family there. I had some of my old coaching staff that I'm really close with. And they had all showed up just in time, and I hit a home run in my second at bat. So that was pretty cool. My family got to see it. I got to get that kind of out of the way. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, what up, Jim?
Yeah, well, all I know is that when I watch you play, you bat 1,000. Because the game that I went out to see you and Rooker play, you went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a jack.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we get going again. I'll see if we can make some more Warstic trips.
No pop, yeah. According to Ricky right there.
Yeah. That's what I think a lot of us are missing with baseball is that locker room hangout and just cutting up with each other, and that's part of your routine.
Yeah, anybody who knows me knows that's what I live for. I live to get to the clubhouse each day and just start throwing heat at guys for no reason. So I don't get to do that. It's not the same when I'm just when I'm talking smack to my 3-year-old daughter. It's not the same as
You're right.
Is in the clubhouse and being able to somebody giving it back. So it's it's definitely an adjustment.
Yeah. Man, lots of good combo in here.
We got some good comments coming through right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if any more questions rolled in here.
I know.
It was kind of similar to what we asked earlier, but and Fuller is asking, during quarantine, what exercises should I do to stay in shape?
Yeah, man. I mean, literally anything you can. I mean, it's tough, and everybody's in the same situation. If you got some bands, do them. If you don't, push-ups, wall sits, sit-ups, going outside and just finding an empty field, kind of like I'm doing like right now, and just finding somewhere where I can go out and run. If you have somebody else that you can keep a small group, throw. Don't have to be the baseball. Throw football around, run routes. Hit into a fence off the tee. Just really, that's what major league guys are doing right now. That's what everybody's kind of got to do. If you don't have access to some kind of facility, which everything's about closed down. So
Yeah, yeah. So just simplify and don't think too hard. Don't try to do the perfect exercise. Just do something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, so what's your plan for today? I know you said you got to work out here in about 10 minutes. So you're
Yeah,
gonna run on a field and
yeah.
hit.
Get out here. There's a couple guys that live in Fort Myers, but one of my buddies who's out here, Lamont Wade, he's still down in Fort Myers. So like we found a little spot where we can get out and we can throw, drag some tees out, hit a little bit. Got one of his buddies who's staying with him, Nick Gordon's cousin. Maybe he could get out here. He toss to us a little bit, throw to us a little bit, stuff like that. So we actually have a pretty good setup right now for a bad situation.
Yeah, nice little group.
So I can still keep some of the baseball movements in check.
Yeah. Two quick questions came in. One's baseball, one's non-baseball related. So Avery looks like he met you at ODH at the Hitters Warehouse and wants to know just any other outfielder hitting drills that you're doing. And then Lisa wants to know your favorite shows or movies that you like to chill out with.
All right, cool. Yeah, Avery, what's up? So like I mean, one big thing is I'm a big fan of doing drills and stuff like that make you not think about mechanics, but they get you in the right position to do stuff. I like to put the machine on. I mean, this is when you have, access to everything, but in a time like this, it's tough if you don't have people to help. But if you have people to help, the machine is good because you can see really high velocity. You don't have to think about a leg kick, all that stuff. It's how can I put this barrel on the ball? I like to get somebody to toss to me from an off angle. So it's like almost like if I'm hitting on the lefty, almost like they'd be tossing to me from like the shortstop and then to move over and be tossing to me from like where a second baseman would play. So it gets my vision right. It gets me on the right angle. Outfield wise, I said something about throwing the football. If you have a friend with you or something, you could go out and you could throw some routes. It's really just, work on your athleticism, get out there and have fun and say, hey, I'm going to be running a lot and I'm going to be working on my athletic movements because you're going to be throwing this ball and I got to go chase it down. Maybe sometimes you run one way and they throw it behind you and you got to turn your eyes and make another play. Just to kind of get yourself acclimated to getting back and doing the game stuff. Because other than that, if someone's just throwing you easy pop-ups, I mean, a lot of people can do that, but you got to make it challenging. You got to make it challenging because when competition comes back in front of you, it's going to be tough. So just try to do stuff as challenging as possible.
Yeah. I think that was the summary there is make it hard. I think outfield drills are tough because, I mean, I always would check out during outfield drills because I'm like, this isn't real. Like the little flip fungo thing is no good, but live BP was always my favorite, which obviously there's not a whole lot of that going on right now. So yeah, I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to run a route that you can almost not catch and just you got to find a way to get there.
Get there, man. Get there. Let it go. Try to put yourself in a second gear. If you're not worried about getting hurt, make some plays, lay out. Because you're going to be diving stuff in the baseball game too. And if you never mess around with it, then that's how you could possibly get hurt in the game. So, I don't know. I just like to take practice as serious as possible, even when there's not that much that you can do.
Yeah. Thomas wants to know who your favorite baseball fictional character is, like from the movies or cartoons or things like that.
Pedro Serrano is what he dropped. That's a good one. He's not my favorite. I could give the cliche. I mean, obviously, Benny the Jet Rodriguez is, one of my favorite baseball characters of all time. But there's some good ones. Crash Davis from Bull Durham. I mean, the dude was old school. He was just a dirtbag. Love that. You watch Major League. You got Yvonne on the bump. There's a lot of characters. I'd probably say Benny the Jet. Benny the Jet's probably my guy. But there's a lot of other ones that where I watch games. Billy Chappell, pitcher for Love of the Game. Yeah. Like there's some Kevin Costner is one of my favorite actors of all. I mean, Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. Like I don't know. I just I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. He's always made great movies. Anything like that. Yeah. So Benny the Jet though. I'm gonna go with Benny the Jet. But there's a lot. Yeah.
Great player, great coach, great teammate. Yeah. Benny the Jet Scott.
I missed a question earlier. Shows, movies. I've watched The Office probably in entirety about 8 times. I'm currently just watching. I mean, there's a lot of time, so I'm going to be watching everything. Mm-hmm. But this new limited series on Netflix just came out called Tiger King. I don't know if y'all have seen this
I haven't seen it.
about this about people who had like private zoos and they had all like the tigers and lions and stuff
Whoa.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something happened. I don't even know what happened. I just watched episode 1 last night and it was wild. So that's what I'm on right now. Tiger
Yeah.
King.
Tiger
Looks
King.
like some crazy stuff's gonna go down, but I don't even know yet. So if y'all want to get on that and let me know what y'all are thinking about that too.
All right, maybe last question here. Running out of time. What would you tell your 10-year-old self now? Making it pro. I don't know. Making it pro.
Yeah. If there was anything that I could go and tell now, it would say that you never know who's watching. I still say it all the time. You never know who's watching. You could be at a Saturday doubleheader for a travel team. You could be in your high school state championship game. You could be whatever. You never know who's watching. A lot of opportunities I feel like I've gotten before have been because just if you put yourself out there and you show that you play the game hard and you want to win and you want to play the game the right way, a lot of opportunities open up for you. And when stuff like that happens, you have a lot more chance of being successful. So
Yeah.
never know who's watching. Anybody could be in the stands. Kind of think of every day like that.
Yeah, and I think right now everyone's got to prepare for when they can get seen again, because it might be that first week that everyone gets to go out and play again, and there's definitely going to be some people that have just been hanging out versus some guys that have been figuring out a way to find an empty field like you and just get a little bit of work in, and that little bit of work's going to go a long way. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, awesome tip. Well, cool, man. I know you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, got extra paper towels in the back. I'm ready.
Ready
I
to
knew.
go.
Yeah, people are hoarding them or whatever, so got to keep extras in the trunk of the car.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah, man. Thanks for hopping on for us. I know our audience really appreciates it. We support you. Let us know what we can do for you.
What up, Nick Gordon dropping in at the end?
Checking in.
Draymond Green, Hall of Fame?
Right on time.
Man, that's a good question, though. I'm going to be honest. I think Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, regardless of what you think about his personality. I mean, he's got to be a Hall of Famer, right?
They don't put you in there for if you're like
right,
or not.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sweet.
Well,
Have a good
fun.
workout, man. We'll holler at you soon. And
all right, guys.
be good. Later.
All right. Later.